I don't know if that was a good ending. Not feeling confident about that one, to be honest with you. Not feeling confident. Hello and welcome back to the lounge. Today is Thursday, May 24th, and it is Throwback Thursday here at the lounge. You know how the routine goes. Usually we pick out a couple news articles that have happened, in history during this week, not just in the US, around the world, and not just related to tobacco, but also to, any industry, any field. This week is pretty not pretty boring. Some interesting things happen. I don't want to bore you with war stories and stuff like that. So I picked some lighthearted ones and some like pop culture ones. I think most people will be able to relate to these and remember some of them. Maybe not the last one, because I'm going in from most recent to oldest, and the oldest was a while ago. So I don't think anyone on YouTube is watching that. I do have the Perdomo Edicion de Silvio. I think that's what it says. It's a 20th anniversary. I guess anniversary series is what I'm going to be smoking on Throwback Thursday here. So just going to go ahead and give it a straight cut. Again, I'm not reviewing a cigar today. I'm just kind of giving you events that have happened today in history. Not just today, but during this week in history. And so I'm just gonna smoke a cigar while I do it, because we are a cigar store and not necessarily a cigar channel, but we do love cigars here at the lounge. So I'm gonna go ahead and torch this up a little bit. Don't typically go for Perdomo, just because they tend to be spicy, a lot of pepper on them. But I do want to expand my flavor horizons, whatever you want to call it, expand my horizons in tasting. Sorry about that. Didn't put my computer on mute, which it now is, so that should not happen again. But don't typically go for them. They tend to be a little spicy, so I'm a big Leather Earth fan, so I don't really like the pepper, but I want to expand my horizons, so I want to expand my horizons, so did you hear that? That was weird. Just heard a noise back there, but we're gonna go over the story. So in 2007, so not even that long ago, which I'm telling you, this one, I remember when this happened. The Simpsons airs its 400th episode. On this day in 2007, Fox's long-running and animated series, The Simpsons, airs its 400th episode. Again, I'm getting this from history.com/thisdayinhistory. Cool little website. You go in and you can see things that have happened. They have a ton of stuff that's happened this day, tomorrow, the day after, all that. Nah, ha ha ha. It's a camera, has a speaker on it, so he's talking into it. Wrapper's starting to fall off this one. I didn't want that to happen, but I don't know if I'm gonna roast it or not. It's not that bad. So The Simpsons airs its 400th episode. The Simpsons was created by Matt Groening, whose comic strip Life is Hell caught the attention of the Hollywood producer James L. Brooks. Brooks enlisted Groening to create a cartoon short that would run during the Fox sketch comedy series The Tracy Ullman Show. The Simpsons debuted, or apparently that little comic strip turned into The Simpsons, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, they have a huge story about this. In 2005, The Simpsons became the longest-running sitcom ever, passing the adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. Wow. And now it's 2018 and it's still running. So I can only imagine how many they've made since then. 400 in 2007. They started in 1990 what? They started in 1990. Where is it? Where is it? Debuted on Fox in 1989. Holy crap. So 99, 2009, 2019. 30 years next year on television. Wow. That's crazy. That's just absolutely crazy. So Star Wars opens. Oh man, I kind of botched that one, didn't I? But in 1977, so like 40 years ago, the on Memorial Day. Oh, on Memorial Day weekend. What day is it? So this is tomorrow. Tomorrow in 1977, The Simpsons happened on the 20th. So Wednesday, Thursday, Monday in 2007. This one happened tomorrow, 2007, and it says, on this day in 1977, Memorial Day weekend opens with an intergalactic bang as the first of George Lucas's blockbuster Star Wars movies hits American theaters. The incredible success of Star Wars, it received 7 Oscars and earned $461 million in U.S. ticket sales and a gross of close to $800 million worldwide, began with an extensive coordinated marketing push by Lucas and the studio. 20th Century Fox, months before the movie's release date. It wasn't like a movie. It wasn't like a movie opening. Actress Carrie Fisher, who played Rebel Princess Leia, later told Time magazine, it was like an earthquake, beginning in Fisher's words, a new order of geek enthusiastic young people with sleeping bags. The anticipation of a revolutionary movie watching experience spread like wildfire, causing lines in front of movie theaters across the country and around the world. Don't crucify me, but I've actually never watched any of the Star Wars movies. I've never watched any of them, and I think I want to change that because, like, reading this and, like, you know, just seeing people get so into the fandom, it's just like, wow, there has to be something there. I was like that with Game of Thrones. I had never watched Game of Thrones, and last year, for some reason, I was like, let me throw it on. I threw on Game of Thrones, and wow, absolutely capturing that series. Absolutely is. One of the best TV series I've ever seen, if not the best one I've ever seen. Wow, it's just like, wow. If you don't watch Game of Thrones, you should watch it. I know that I should watch Star Wars, which I will one day. You know, hopefully soon. Who knows? So then the last story of the day, this one happened in 1934. So then this is why I'm saying you probably don't remember. Any of you remember this. Policemen kill famous outlaws Bonnie and Clyde. I don't really know who Bonnie and Clyde were. I didn't know what they did. Maybe it says it here. On this day in 1934, notorious criminals Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow are shot to death by Texas and Louisiana State Police while driving a stolen car near Saley's, Louisiana. So Bonnie met Clyde in Texas when she was 19 years old, and her husband was serving time in jail for murder. Jesus Christ. She married when she was 16. She was 19 years old. Oh my goodness. This is dramatic. Shortly after they met, Barrow was in prison for robbery, which is Clyde. Clyde was in prison for robbery. Wait, Bonnie met Clyde in Texas when she was 19 years old, and her husband was serving time in jail for murder. Oh my goodness. So she married Clyde after? What is this? Shortly after they met, Clyde was in prison for robbery. Parker, which is Bonnie, visited him every day and smuggled a gun into prison to help him escape. But he was soon caught in Ohio and sent back to jail. When Clyde was paroled in 1932, which was, he immediately hooked up with Bonnie, and the couple began a life of crime together. True love, man. I mean, like, if they were in love, they were in love. Clearly, nothing can stop these two. This is pretty capturing. After they stole a car and committed several robberies, Parker was caught by police and sent to jail for 2 months. So Bonnie, so they stole a car and Bonnie was like, "Oh, we're just gonna try and run away," but she went to jail for 2 months. Released in 1932, she rejoined Bear. Why don't they just put the first name? No one knows their last names. Released in 1932, she rejoined Clyde. Over the next 2 years, the couple teamed with various accomplices to rob a string of banks and stores across 5 states: Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, New Mexico, and Louisiana. Oh, their fame was increased by the fact that Bonnie was a woman an unlikely criminal, and by the fact that the couple posed for playful photographs together, which were later found by police and released to the media. So they were like modern. They were like, dude, they were like Instagram influencers or Instagram models and like doing cool shit and posting it on social media. They got famous. My gosh, if they were around now, I wonder what that would have been like. Oh man, so yeah, that's the last story. Let me see if I can find another one. That one was pretty interesting. I didn't know anything about them before this, actually. General interest. Captain Kidd walks the plank. 1701. I don't even know what the Captain Kidd walks at London's execution dock. British privateer William Kidd, popularly known as Captain Kidd, is hanged for piracy and murder. Oof, dramatic. Suspicions that he had turned to piracy were apparently confirmed when he was sailed to St. Mary's, Madagascar, an infamous pirate haven. From there, he traveled to the West Indies on the Kudak merchant, where he learned of the piracy charges against him. Intending to clear his name, he sailed to New York and delivered himself to Cologne. He sailed to New York. I guess America was around. And delivered himself to the colonial authorities, claiming that the vessels he had attacked were lawful prizes. He was arrested and taken to London. Man. Oh, man. The world is so different nowadays. They still have that. They still have pirates and stuff, but I'm saying, like, where are we in history, man? Where are we? Like, this video is going to stay on the internet for the rest of eternity until the internet ceases to exist. My grandchildren are going to log on to the internet and see me smoking a cigar and talking about things that happened what seemed to me to be a long time ago, and they're going to look at it and they're going to be like, wow, this was a long time ago. It's crazy. And it's like, do we know? So, like, I don't know. Man, I took a philosophy of time class, but, like, the way we look at time isn't really what time is, or what we think. What we think time is now isn't really what it really is. And when I say we, I say people in general. And now obviously other people have a better understanding of time. But for the most part, people don't really understand it. Like, what they say is that how we represent time now isn't so much that's because people say time is a man-made construct, but what we constructed is how we perceive time. So a clock is just what we perceive. Obviously, it's constructed by us because it's our perception of what it's how we understand time is like through the passage and like the clock spinning, and that's how we understand it. But that's not really what it is, which I don't really know what it is. I don't think people could really know what it is, maybe. But just to end the day. This was a tweet I sent out last night, 11 hours ago, so 3 in the morning, because I'm filming this at 2 o'clock. At 3 in the morning, I tweeted 2:37 a.m. 2:37 a.m. I tweeted, "The world as we know it is a lie." And that pretty much does it for today. Thank you so much for staying tuned all the way to the end. If you like what we had to say and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to our channel or follow us on YouTube. If you're listening to the podcast, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I think that's what it's called. Favorite the station. If you're listening to this on Anchor, actually, send me a voice message or something. You know, I think I want to do Anchor differently than the YouTube. Like right now, I'm just stripping the audio and I'm putting it out on Anchor, and then that's sending it to all the podcast places. But I think I could do something different on Anchor itself, not so much the other podcast ones. That one's always going to be so much like this talking with you guys, but on Anchor we could interact. I could have call-ins. I could have, if you don't have Anchor, if you're watching this on YouTube and you don't have Anchor, go ahead and download it, because we could do call-ins. Like if I want to do a co-host an episode of Throwback Thursday, we could set up a time and place whenever you're free, and we could, talk about the news stories and go and have like a back and forth. And that one could be much longer because we'll do it in the comfort of wherever we are. So when we could record it and then send it out later or something like that. Well, I guess we could do that right now. So yeah, I mean, if you want to co-host one of these episodes or something, let us know. Like, that's what this is all about. You know what I mean? Growing as a community, growing together. But that pretty much does it for the episode. Thank you for staying tuned to the end. I already did the whole big spiel. I kind of went on a tangent there about Anchor because it's a cool new app. I really dig Anchor. I've been using it since like October of last year, actually. And it's starting to gain some traction. People are saying voice is a new thing, audio is a new thing, audio. At Gary V, thank you for that. But yeah, so I just really dig Anchor itself. I think it's a cool app, cool concept. It's like the Twitter of podcasting in a way. Although the change they made, well, you know what, I'm getting into a tangent. So thank you. That has nothing to do with what we were talking about. But thank you for staying tuned to the end. And we'll catch you tomorrow for Friday's favorite here on the lounge. Friday, May 25th. We are done.